Hey, it's your boy Blackwater Mo, where we give you fresh squeezed GTA 6 content. And once again, we're still on our series with the leaks. We ended the previous video with the gas station robberies where he walked into the cabaret or the strip club. And then that's where the next leak actually picks up, is in the strip club. And a lot of people don't think that there's a lot of information here, but I think that there's a great deal. So we're just going to go through it frame by frame. I won't be sharing it on screen, but I will just kind of give you the play by play of what I see. So we walk in, we see a lady sitting on a chair alone, smoking a cigarette. The cigarette smoke looks pretty impressive. We see a sign that says no coming onto the dancers. It's a neon sign. However, the word "to" is not illuminated. So right in front of that sign, we see a voluptuous lady with appears to be tattoos talking to a pretty casual man who has flip-flops and it looks like a tall can of beer. Pretty detailed. Yeah. Pretty detailed, as I mentioned. Guys just looking around. It's one thing to point out is the mini map is actually interior based. So it goes from being, I know that it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it does a really good job of laying out the rooms and the areas within the interior. So you can see there's 2 places to get drinks. There appears to be an 8-ball as well. So I'm assuming we can play billiards over there. But you can see both of the bars or the 2 places to get drinks. You can also see there appears to be some sort of other back room. All of this just from the mini map. But a lot of people in here are smoking, which you can evidently smoke indoors now. But yeah, a lot of detail. The lighting is crazy. It's really ambient. They're playing what appears to be basketball on the TV screens. And it looks like the local team, I believe they're the Narcos, is playing. So I wonder if, like sports or sports betting will play any type of role into this game. But yeah, definitely playing basketball here on the television, like playing a basketball game, which is crazy. I also see there's a no smoking sign on the wall. And we already talked about how many people is a guy sitting right here with a red bandana on his head smoking right in front of the sign. Hilarious. But yeah, basketball playing on multiple TVs, and Jason's just walking around looking at the various NPC interactions. Multiple dancers is what we'll call them, with varying outfits. Not a cut and paste. There are a lot of women patrons in here. Not that that's a problem or anything, but I saw in a lot of the comments where people were like, "Are there going to be male strip clubs?" So it's interesting. A lot of the dancers have really intricate tattoos. It appears that Jason, our character, he's trying his darndest to sit in one of these chairs, but he is not getting the animation, or at least I'm not seeing it pop up on screen as he walks up to the main stage, what appears to be the main stage anyway. The stripper on the main stage is going through a routine that appears to be unique. We get a lot of contextual conversations from the NPCs. The dancer is also topless, so can't play this game with my children. I mean, I guess I could just not go to the strip club, but as we'll talk about one of the other leaks, it makes me feel like I can't play the game with my children. Really unique hairstyles, unique looks, like the whole vibes of the dancers are all they're really well thought out and intricate. is, I guess, the best word that I could think of. Like, this is a whole like mood. It's a whole vibe, the ambiance in this place, and the type of people that are in here. It's like a rundown strip club. I'm assuming this is in Ambrosia, based off of the context. This is not the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts seems to be a, dare I say, highfalutin place, where this seems to be seedy. The floors look sticky. The floors look dirty. Not a lot of money either. Like in the Jack of Hearts strip clubs and some of the, you know, promotional material or available screenshots, it's like money all over the floor. Like it's a whole, like culture thing. There, I haven't seen any money. I don't even see anybody with money in their hands, if I'm being 100% honest. Like it's, yeah. But a large part of this is Jason standing here looking at the main stage, and she's dancing for another gentleman. But it's not like a loop. Like she hasn't cycled through any of her routine yet. Like it all appears to be like it's a long loop. If it is a loop, super impressive. If I'm being honest, as far as like she's not done the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then just looking at the people around who are getting private dances and who are talking to the other dancers, like it's just a lot. It's just no duplicated movements, no duplicated. Like I said, it's not. It doesn't appear to be a loop. You know what I mean? Which is really impressive. Now I've seen some of the different girls do similar moves, but it still doesn't appear to be like, oh, they took this animation and did it on this girl. It appears to be like this girl has this maneuver. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, they a lot of the times they do similar moves. Yeah, and she's transfers from doing like just dancing to going to like pole work, going and leveraging the pole. There's a lot, like I say, he's standing here for a very long time, and it looks like we almost get cinematic bars from how long he's standing here, or does he look behind him? Well, you look behind him, that looks like there's a whole nother stage back there. This isn't even the main stage. Wow, I didn't notice that before. This place is freaking huge. Wow. That's why we do this frame by frame, guys. Yeah, so there's a whole nother appears to be a main stage with branding, the lighters back there. And like I said, just the quality of person that's in here is definitely, like I said, we see bikers who appear to be the muscle or the security. And then there's just like a lot of people from Ambrosia, like I don't know how to describe it. It looks real seedy, real sketch. That being said, he opens up the weapon wheel and he goes down to, he has a fishing rod, a flashlight, and then he goes to binoculars and he equips the binoculars, which we'll see more of in another scene. And then he goes and looks straight to this lady's posterior in a G-string and he zooms in. Not even being funny, pretty good detail that these binoculars produce. I wonder what role they'll play within the game, because we see Cal on a boat with binoculars and now we see Jason with binoculars. So the lady who he was looking at her butt, he goes around and he looks at her face and we can see her tattoos. And then she looks right at Jason, who's looking at her, and she says, "Ooh, I like you." Like she acknowledges like him, the interaction with him. Like she's talking to another guy, and then he gets her attention, which is, it's crazy. And then that's the scene, right? And so then we're done with the strip club portion. And then we get to a cut scene of Jason outside, which I believe is the Rusty Anchor. And he has a different haircut. He has a goatee and his hair slicked back. And then he has on his Leonida Marine Center shirt that he wears when he goes to pick up Lucia. So I believe this cutscene is after he picked up Lucia, because he had that same shirt and he went to the Rusty Anchor with Lucia. And then he says, "I'm going to go take a leak." And then it cutscene to him in the bathroom with a questionable character. Said, I had me a girl once, which once again makes me believe that he's interacting with Lucia, or this gentleman has saw him interacting with Lucia. But then he said he loses his girl because the sea called. And Jason's like, whatever, bruv. I'm just trying to, use the restroom. The reflections in here are crazy, though. We can see reflections from the window, or the mirror, right next to Jason. Employees have to wash their hands sign. There's a beer sitting there, as well as soap. And the guy appears to be having some sort of I don't know if erectile dysfunction is the proper term, but yeah. And then that's the scene. It is funny. There's a sign that says bad language and bad behavior. Don't like it, find another bar. I thought that was funny. Now, Jason has on this very shirt that we just showed when he went to pick up Lucia. That's the shirt that he has in the cutscene. Now, this one, like I said, it was a strip club, and I feel like a lot of people were like, at the basic level, like, oh, it's a strip club, blah, 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 blah. But I felt like we saw a ton as far as how NPCs interact with one another without you, as well as how they interact with you as a passerby. Like, we saw basketball on TV. I wonder if sports betting is going to play a role in this game. Like, there was so much that I felt like was revealed in this strip club scene. And it wasn't just like, ladies walking around loosely clad or topless or anything like that. So a pretty good video, I thought, in my opinion. So yeah, like and subscribe, link in the description. We have more videos to go through because, CyberLeak doesn't take off on weekends. They are not oranges, sweet on the tongue.